so at me it got to a point, say education wise, I was passing exams, but I'm not seeing the end goal. Because they've told you, okay, pass. Then you pass. Then tell you, okay, maintain. And you maintain. Then what?
Going.
You're already into this.
You should include that, man. Booyaka! Booyaka! This is the Gatekeepers Musically Speaking Podcast. gkmsp, season 3. This is episode 8. Yeah. The Industry Unveiled. See, season isha watu wakatulie, man. Premiering Tuesday, but probably on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Robo Vane in the vicinity, Mary in the moment, Shaman in the sector. If you're new to this channel, do a drive-by shoot out on that subscribe button. You can't miss it, and click in the bell for conversation. Check out the previous podcasts to comment and join in the conversation. Yes, Mari, Shaman, man. These cards, man, you know, we're doing a different kind of style, like the way they do in the podcast Maju. We just put all the ingredients on the table and see what kind of recipe we can cook, man. Breeder LW is charging 1 million for performances.
For what?
And not only that, you kuna V8, you have to come with a V8 Land Cruiser.
For what?
Kim and Kanye have split. Everybody saw that coming, but we're going to expound on that.
It's crazy.
Ruto and Uhuru BBI. Nasikia Ruto has decided to now support the BBI.
Finally.
As we are moving forward.
But you didn't see that coming.
Money has been poured.
Okay.
We talk about getting citizenship elsewhere in this global geopolitical crazy world. Biden and Europe taking on the Chinese giant dragon, Shenzhen. By the way, Mars rover landed and it has a drone.
Oh, yeah.
And then now they can
That's
send pictures within 20 minutes. That's
What?
amazing. That is amazing.
Bro, you know, these
bloody
things you're saying, we need to verify them. We need to fact check them.
Yeah.
Yes, unaonanga watu wakipost Facebook wana fact check. We need to fast
When
check
it comes to
those things.
space stuff, I always watch things live. When SN10, by the way, SN10 crashed badly than SN9.
Yeah,
look into
those are the Elon Musk space.
SN10
whatever.
smashed badly.
Yeah.
SN9 came straight down like so. But SN10, it just flipped.
Yeah, though Shaman, at least for the
I also
Mars
watched
probe, I also noted that.
You are live.
Not
Watched it
live, but I saw it.
It was an
later on.
amazing experience.
Yeah,
At least now these machines can work better. We have loan debt. We'll talk about loan debt. Safaricom fiber itakuwa ka KQ if we do not watch out, man.
You're saying loan debts, which loan debt in particular?
Yeah, Shaman is going to expound on that. I don't know how it can work. Trickle down economics, but opposite.
I think Juke, you're missing the double speak. Hapo ndani. Inafaa kuwa wealth transfer.
Okay.
Yeah, now you see, the boy gets it.
Yeah,
He's familiar with the double speak.
There are a lot of people who are in loan mortgages. They have been kicked out of their house by banks.
Yeah.
We're going to also talk about drill rappers, gangbangers versus positive rappers. A good example is a YouTube rapper, Dax. Going to talk about Eric versus Khaligraph. Boxing fight.
Crazy stuff.
Yes.
Sounds ridiculous.
Who's that Congestina Maze? Oh, such a shame, man. And we're also going to talk about potential wrestling culture in Africa. Because the only place I think that has a good wrestling culture in Africa is Congo. Voodoo wrestling. UK wako nayo, India wako nayo, Ireland. We'll also talk about the 12 million Tesla that's in Kenya, the first in East Africa, actually.
What,
according
the
to
Tesla car?
Yeah, there's a Tesla car here. And actually, you can charge it with the normal port. But for the normal port, it will take almost like 12 hours, Maze.
No kidding.
But you have to get CG the 3-piece port, which you can charge for like 3 hours. Also, human suffrage itakuwa for another time. Yeah? Been trying to prepare that, but that is very extensive. So, niggas, what we're gonna start on?
Eric Omondi fights Khaligraph Jones. On the 4th February 2021, the Star Publishers It's written by Elizabeth Musimi. That rapper Khaligraph Jones and Eric Omondi, the comedian, are set for boxing match on the 23rd. I think it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
How many leo? 23rd is when?
23rd is...
It's today. It should be today.
Wow.
Yeah,
so
that's Tuesday.
Will it be live? It will be live.
It's supposed to be
awesome.
12 rounds of boxing.
Ooh.
It will only take me one to take down Khaligraph Jones. Eric Omondi said.
Khaligraph Jones right now is like, I'm a knock his ass.
Cheese must be respected, nigga.
This is positive from Eric Omondi, who just seems to be everywhere doing all kinds of things, you know?
Yeah. I think, to me, this looks like an obvious promo stunt.
Mari, do you have to bash every promo strategy and campaign down like that, bro? I appreciate those brains. Pehana credit when it's due, bro.
I'm not bashing. I'm just stating.
Okay.
Now, and also speaking as an industry player.
Okay.
So to me, it looks like an obvious promo stunt. I don't know for what. I'm guessing it's a new release by Khaligraph featuring Eric Omondi. But hey, waiting to see. Yeah.
Kuna time walikuwa Eric Omondi alikuwa anasema wasanii wa Kenya wanafaa wakae down. Comedians are here to take over the game. It was quite disrespectful kwa wasanii sana. If ningekuwa msanii peke yake I would have taken offense. What do you mean? Where's to come jana na ati uende mbaya kwa wote? Where have you been? Niggas have been rapping since high school, man. I'm a representative as shiki.
But interesting thing I find is I think a lot of comedians do more should I say better marketing or better brand strategies than musicians, even when they're doing musical projects.
Hata umecheki Desagu, the YouTuber. 500,000 subscribers.
Shit.
Yeah.
These are guys who make those funny videos on YouTube. Kuna udem pia. Let me even look for her name and then let you know. Carry on there.
There's Flacco. There's quite a number nowadays. They've grown to so many.
Nairobi. One Bedsitter Chronicles. That's my favorite.
Yeah, I've seen that. They I think they're normally linked with Jemo Lemse, I think.
Jemo Lemse. Jemo Lemse has his own thing.
Yeah?
I've never seen him in Bedsitter Chronicles. Bedsitter Chronicles are for young guys who still live in bedsitters.
I've seen
funny stories.
Yeah, they have some interesting clips.
This boxing culture in Kenya, afadhali, you know? At least, we're seeing this Eric and Vascali fight.
Yeah. And, I think, okay, maybe to point out why I was saying it's obvious. I think
probably
the first thing...
like a WWE match.
They are.
That'd be crazy.
The first thing is... who between them has ever been linked to boxing? So out of the blue, them coming out to say that they're going to post a boxing match or something, it looks strange.
Lakini, I know where they got this from. Wiz Khalifa did something with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
They had to do a boxing fight. I don't know if they did it, but there were those, Snoop Dogg was working out. He's like, what's going on? We're fighting with Wiz Khalifa in a boxing match. Wiz Khalifa alianza kuunga na kakamse wa Muay Thai. Throwing punches, This is kind of positive for entertainment.
Yeah, which is good. I also saw there's one time, I think Mayweather and is it 50 Cent? Had that kind of, let me call it tussle, for lack of a better word. And, why I'm pointing out that is, I think what I think is lacking in that is a build-up story. Because when addressing your fans and they're used to you in a certain way, waking up one day and telling them something out of the blue is like someone watching a comedy series, for example, which turns out to be a horror movie or a horror series. It's conflicting messaging.
Guy, boxing and wrestling is kind of different. Maybe if this boxing match is staged, they can do a storyline in there. But unajua boxing is a lot of performance. You gotta knock somebody out. In UFC, they don't have storylines. But msee akipewa KO, knock them out. People get seriously injured like in UFC. But it's performance.
Maybe to correct you a bit. UFC doesn't seem like it has storylines, but it does. For example, every fighter. UFC. I'm not a big fan of UFC, but I can give you a few.
Don't listen to this person. He doesn't watch UFC.
The converted remain converted. Go on.
Yeah. So, okay, for example, I can tell you at least one thing I know about UFC is that every fighter has a story behind how he got to where he is.
Yeah, let's say like where they are from, the fighting clan.
Yeah.
They are fighting for.
Yeah. And
but it's
that,
not that like for wrestling it's like storylines, like soap.
Yeah.
And most of these guys are more like gymnastics, a combination of gymnastics, good way to talk on the mic. Those are the main things. But UFC, you knock somebody out.
And even
no problem.
Even for example in boxing, if you look at for example Muhammad Ali, why did he always have to give a poem or a rhyme before a boxing match? It was part of his brand.
So you'd expect maybe Eric Vascali to come out there and say something about who they're going to fight?
No, what I'm trying to point out is they are driving their fans towards a wrestling match, but have not given their fans a preparation.
This is a boxing match.
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about?
For example, taking an example of the one you gave of Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah.
That showing their routine trainings and even following up Wiz Khalifa to getting buff. That alone was enough build-up or creating a story to engage the fans towards that particular match. Okay. I would say Eric Omondi has tried to. He's recently gained a bit of weight and all that, and I think that is a good thing to use. But you see, he did not use the match to gain weight. He used the gaining weight to bring up a match, which is not, again, bad. I'm just saying, I think there's more to be explored.
There's so much room for improvement.
Yes.
The tact is there, but so much room for improvement.
Yeah.
And that's the issue why that's the issue why the Kenyan culture, we wish it had like a wrestling culture, because we have countries, UK has, India has, Ireland, even upper in our continent, Congo has the voodoo wrestling culture. There are those now storylines called WWE. But let's move on to voodoo. Breeder LW charging 1 million for performances. Check your poster. Holy shit. And it has even to come with a ride. You have to come with a V8.
Yeah. Okay.
Breeder kona V8.
What does he know about V8? Anyway, now if you were to look at it in terms of the profession.
Yeah.
You know, you need to show up. Ndio maana unasikianga mtu akienda interview anaomba gari.
Yeah.
Aende nayo interview.
Yeah.
I don't know what the expectation normally is. Kama nikawa ngoja wanaangalia dirisha kama umekaa mama umekaa unajua. Like what car is he driving? I don't think they normally care. But you unasikianga uombe gari when they interview, because what you're going to sell there, the idea is what you're going to sell there should be justifiable. Vitu kama ku break down an invoice. Just justify, like when you say my lights 3,000, miguu 5,000, unajua kutumia akili 6,000, nikutumia mikono 7,000.
There's also you have to choreograph before you go on stage. Your rapper si kazi ati unachukua mic just bounce around. Akina Snoop Dogg, they choreograph. Jay-Z choreographs.
I like how you've thrown in that very serious comment in the middle of that transition.
Yes. Carry on. But there is a point.
That's a serious comment, bro.
And I think I had it being discussed on radio. I think NRG. I was in a public transport and it came up. And what I found, I didn't get much detail on it, but what I found disturbing is, as you were pointing out, there's gimmicks which are made for promoting brands and promoting products and songs and releases. But I think what I found a bit disturbing is it almost sounded like the artists are believing to believe their own gimmicks. And just for example, and if anyone takes the music business seriously, I think you would explore what it means to, say for example, draw up a performance budget. If you're going to charge 1 million, it's not getting paid 1 million, then you put it in your pocket, right? It's there is more to it. It is a matter of expenses involved. What kind of preparation goes into the show? What kind of the kind of setup that the show acquires or needs? And I think and again I'm pointing out this because it pains me when artists don't seem to be taking their own work seriously. If an artist, for example, Chris Brown comes and charge, what did he charge for his performance in Kenya?
I had 96 million, 93.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people think that charge is just a figure thrown out of the blues or in the air. But for example, if you think about Chris Brown coming because he has to come with his team.
Entourage.
Yeah, entourage. And the entourage doesn't mean just a bunch of people coming to bangais. Yeah. It is people who have specific roles in that particular event. He doesn't come with the whole label, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, he's coming with an entourage of 50 because he needs a lot of earning. If you count just, for example, the plane tickets needed to get 50 people probably here and back, even if we're using a commercial plane, you can already see where a reasonable chunk of the budget is going. For example, he needs a choreography for the event, and they need to rehearse.
A dance group.
The rehearsal needs space. The space needs to be rented or provided for, catered for in some way. The dancers need to be catered for in some way. The choreographer, the people preparing all that, the sound engineers, all of them need to be paid. And not just paid for showing up. They are paid for the work leading up to the show. So it's not just someone coming to pick up a mic and spit bars, then get paid 96 million.
Like if it's somebody like Drake, I can understand. Like Drake actually has his own plane.
Yeah.
So it's not just at his own plane, because according to a guy I was talking with, City Boy, Drake has his own plane because in the Canadian tourism, he actually brings money into the Canadian tourism. Brings a lot of money into the Canadian tourism. So when he has a plane and he's flying around, those are plane full of a lot of guys who specialize in this kind of music. Iron Maiden, the rock band, they also have a plane, but it's not just a plane for having fun. It's mostly a plane to pack a lot of props, because every time Iron Maiden go on stage, they have to have certain props there. There's the dragon, there's the weird scarecrow thing, complete stage. So I get it, but now for Brida LW ni msanii.
Kenya umesema joke today you're full of punchlines. Ama niseme ni hooks. You're dropping knowledge, bro. You're dropping knowledge.
Yeah.
Sasa
Yeah.
I think that ties in very well with the next one. Yet let's go to wealth transfer.
Okay,
Because
okay.
you brought up something very interesting.
Okay.
So Breeder LW, in my opinion, even it goes thus, if you've been listening to Mari, then you would know Breeder LW cannot be worth $1 million shillings to come on any stage. In fact, what that guy should go.
Evaluation. Nika Shark Tank. You evaluating this company at 10 million and how many have you sold? Only 500 pieces.
Yeah.
Cuban will just look at you and say,
you go back and do some homework.
Maybe just to interrupt a bit, like when I was listening to the radio show, they also pointed out a few interesting bits. For example, they pointed out the issue of a catalog, which would determine how long a performance
should be expected.
Yeah. And which is a key part of any artist going to perform. The time you go to perform on stage or the time you spend on stage also determines the payout. So how big is his catalog? Those are some of the issues they were bringing up. They also bring up
even that poster, the way it was made, it was made by somebody who designed a poster for 300 shillings. Haikuwa inakaa poa. Hata picha yenye alichukua, hata hiyo si yenye umechukua kwa studio, unacheki.
Alipigwa na phone kando ya
Okay, and so he was posting again, I don't know much about what happened. I just got my info from the radio show. So he posted a poster.
Yeah, sponsored.
Yeah, talking about how much he needs to be paid.
Yeah.
Which in the correct procedural terms or artistic terms is supposed to be done with a rate card. So did he post a poster or a rate card?
It was I guess it was a rate card.
Yeah.
It looked like a rate card, but it was poster like sika hiyo cardinali. So umecheki the rate card for a cardinali?
No, I haven't come across it.
It's more professional. Hii ni tu imsema design poster ina rate card lakini inakaka poster.
Yeah. Okay, and I think for showbiz purposes, I think it could be a good gimmick, but as again I pointed out, I really hope that he doesn't believe or his team doesn't believe his own gimmick, because if they genuinely believe that, then that highlights a very big issue in the industry.
That V8 clause inasaidia nani?
Okay, it's good to have that, but again, let's talk about the investment people are supposed to do, because they say fake it till you make it. Some of the most useless clauses I've ever had. Is fake it till you make it. No. That, you need to use the words correctly. It's not fake it. Just discipline.
I think that's a better.
Even hard work. You'd have to punch out a lot of mixtapes to even ask for such an amount, King Kaka, I think he can. Kwa sababu ati anavaa suit. He has a manager.
He may. Because he has a couple of tricks up his sleeve. He may. But in his craft alone, no. In his craft alone. Because you see, like this time this big Rick Ross guy came over here by NRG Radio when he was invited. Apparently he was lip syncing.
I hear. That's what happened. Some guys were.
Now, when that guy comes and does that, and you hear he was paid 10 million. Can you believe it? Can you actually believe it? Okay, it's Rick Ross. You've seen him with big cars and all those things. Even just to be seen with that car, it costs some money. Hey, where's it there? 50K. So itakuwa ngumu. You've seen him a couple of times with different ones. Hey, where's it there? 50. So maybe ikienda sana 5. So
and I also think, for example, I think the Kenyan situation also. There's a lot wanting in our industry. For example, when you talk about Rick Ross coming to Kenya, there was a time he also went to TZ, right? And filled up a stadium and put on like a full-on mad show, at least from what reports I heard. Now, when I've noted a lot of times when big artists come to Kenya, they don't put out full performances. And from what knowledge I've gathered over the years, a lot of times it's promoters trying to cut corners because, say, for example, they've been given a budget for certain artists coming to Kenya and what is required, and they try to cut corners. And given that they are professionals and may not want to lose out money, they come and do the show, but cut out bits and pieces of the show to give a show worth the money.
Because unalipa 10k, tutafanya show ya 10k.
Yeah. And so now when the fans come to witness a performance from an international artist, a lot of the times I've had artists are disappointed, the fans are disappointed because they didn't get the show they were coming to witness or to attend. And when you go to where the blame lies, a lot of times the blame is placed on the artists, but a lot of times what goes on behind the scenes is not discussed. And so they go to other countries and do massive shows and do wonderful performances. But here in Kenya, we come and experience
fucked up stuff, funny stuff.
Yeah, funny stuff.
Yeah. And we'll be right back. We're just gonna do some, we're gonna check out some things, take a break a little bit. But, the cards are coming through. We still have Kim and Kanye split. We have Ruto and Uhuru, the BBI moving forward. We still got the Mars rover landing. Biden and Europe versus the Chinese giant dragons, Shenzhen. What else? Safaricom fiber is going to be like KQ if you do not watch out. Drill rapper gangbangers versus positive rapper like Ducks. And then the 12 million Tesla in Kenya-ish. Yep, in Kenya. But they had the problems with the KRA. We'll be back. gkmsp.
Those are rumors, bro.
Yeah. Good front page news from BuzzFeed. Yeah. Kim Kardashian and West are officially divorcing after 6 years of marriage. Divorce speculations. Kunapa inasema this divorce is happening because Kim has grown up a lot. A source told the outlet she's serious about taking the bar exams and becoming a lawyer. She's serious about her prison reforms. Tumeanza? Yeah. We're back. GKMSP. Season 3, Episode 8. The Industry Unveiled. Shaman. Yeah. Let's get on this card. Kim and Kanye have split. Everybody saw this coming. Kanye going crazy.
To be honest, I did not.
Divorce speculations had been mounted for weeks after Page 6 revealed in early January that Kim had decided the marriage was over, following years of tumultuous. This divorce is happening because Kim has grown up a lot. She's serious about taking the bar exams and becoming a lawyer. Nasikia she's serious about her prison reform campaign.
Mari, when you hear of such sentiments, and then Hollywood is a big scam, is like a big joke, is a playground.
Yeah.
Whose interests is she serving? And now, because when you hear that, it's like they're talking to you. Wanakwambia, the representatives of Kim Kardashians.
Yeah.
Kim amesema, she has grown up.
Yeah.
She's serious about school. It sounds like a high school breakup.
And here's what now Kanye West amesema. Days later, he posted a string of tweets in which he said that he was seeking a divorce after Kim attempted to have him hospitalized, which he should have been, while Kim issued a statement at the same time saying she was powerless to force her husband into treatment and ask the public for empathy.
Hospitalized for...
He's mad. The man is mad. That billionaire is mad.
Mad billionaire.
Mad billionaire. Who would he want to be mad with a billion shillings?
But you guys keeping up with the Kardashians. How many men have fallen out from the Kim and Kardashians? One of them changed himself into a woman.
That's the only way you survive in there, bro.
Odell was a basketballer. Now he's on crack, man.
Hiding in dungeons and unfinished buildings.
Yeah, again, what I find interesting with Hollywood.
Agenda men's conference. Agenda men's conference.
Mambo, why do you speak as if you know something or two that was in the men's conference? What do you know about the men's conference?
Sometimes you have to go to the men's conference, you get ideas on how to financially help yourself. Because imagine the legal issues. Zinaitwa prenup. Even he was talking about this. You give me money. It's actually happening now.
Mari, you're so biased, by the way. You're very biased.
In what sense?
Now, ukisikia Erikomona napiga na Khaligraph. Unacheka yako yote. Because they're missing a few things here there. But when you hear about Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, Kanye West is mad. That's the only way he's relevant. Because si mziki anatoa. Okay. So that's a gimmick already. Sawa. Why are you buying their own crap? Why are you buying that crap? And you're not buying the one Eric is shitting here.
Like what I try as a music industry player. What I try to analyze is look at the cracks or see where the gaps are in the stories being told. So, like now, I think we all know here about at least we've heard about Hollywood marriages, and like people getting married to, it's like a business. And the kind of I'm not saying I approve of that line of branding or that kind of promo for brands and artists, but it's something that is there, and the stories get the fans really engaged and make, should I say, I don't know whether to call them super fans or like loyal followers of the stories being told. And so now, for example, the Kim and Kanye stories, my thinking is it looks like a well-written story, and maybe the business deal has come to an end and now they're splitting ways. But it's my opinion. And again, what I appreciate a lot about what they do is the kind of investment they've put in, such that when you're following the story, you've experienced the story in its fullness. You don't experience bits and pieces and find gaps. And even when there are gaps, they lead you towards, towards creativity. And so, it's, you could call it a radical opinion, but hey, it's my thinking. And, they need to do what they gotta do.
It's okay to do all those gimmicks, But my take would be about the quality of the lie, or rather understanding the concept, because we don't want you to be the only person that does it. Such that ukiwa mgonjwa and you're not doing that shit is not happening here. You see, the more people understand what is going on, the better for everybody. And mbeleni tukwa tunaongea tukisema stories za replace that kind of junk, For example, unapata mtu kama Kim Kardashian now anakuja kuambia stories za prison reforms. She's in no place to speak about prison reforms. It's not in a bad way, but that's not the life. There's nothing in her life that would actually give you a feeling of genuineness.
I don't think she has any relatives who have been incarcerated. A lot of people who have been incarcerated are fathers and sons of the black community, the Latino,
the marginalized communities.
Might I maybe point a different perspective? This may sound a bit controversial, but think of it from the other side. Her father, how many people is her father responsible for incarcerating?
The guy who helped,
who helped O.J. Simpson.
And he walked out free.
So I'm beginning to think that's one of the outlets of someone.
Okay. Clarify. Outlets. What do you mean?
Now we say there is special interests, right? In specific issues. So in the community, there's always special interest. So I'm thinking, kuna mtu akona investment kwa sheria, okay, entertainment. Because those are they combine very nicely for Kim Kardashian's success. Fashion industry, all that entertainment man says what. And then making mad. Men, you're making men mad or mad men. Whichever you put it still speaks to the Kardashians. So, it's like they run revolutionary stuff. They seem to be doing revolutionary stuff. Like the first man to publicly transform into a woman was a Kardashian. Bro, that kind of sacrifice, if it's at all true, it's Hollywood again. Hawa jamaa ni wa tricky sana. Paka ka win. Bado nakumbuka aliwin award. Ya wanawake.
No kidding.
He wants
I think I remember something. Oh my goodness,
that even makes the other lie look like a joke. Now
Kanye also ran for president. In 32 states actually, only in 32 states. I don't know why. But he got like 60,000 votes.
That is serious publication, bro. If you think about it, 32 states. That's serious campaign, Mario. Like, hey.
But his campaigns are weird. Wearing a bulletproof vest and crying. Hey.
Why?
But I think people like mad people in politics. People tend to gear to these crazy people on the top talking weird stuff.
And my thinking is that like the way, at least in the U.S. politics, the way they run the campaigns, the advisors behind the politician normally do a lot of research on, say, what certain people like, which people will engage more with the politician. And where their alliances should lie. And my thinking again on this is there's a lot of strange conclusions that they seem to come up with. For example, you're pointing out Kanye crying, and I'm assuming that perhaps he was told if he's seen to be emotional, he would appeal to a certain mass of people.
Number one, Kanye is mad. May I remember the Kanye for graduation day. Those awesome albums, even the stuff he was talking about, Jesus Walks. But now, everybody misses the old Kanye. Sikuizi, we talk about fans of Kanye, about the new Kanye, they're like, I don't even want that. People in rap records, they're like, I remember Kanye, the old Kanye. They ain't into the new kind of West.
Or we abandon, and that's where now the system begins to lose rigidity. In others, so now they need a little bit of some practical vitu za grao. Unajua zile vitu za grao. Something I want to tell you, Mari, about that. I forget, but nitakumbuka alafu nitakwambia.
Okay. So my thinking is a lot of those seemingly extreme things that artists do or celebrities do, I think are not so much their opinions, but more a result of their team's advice.
Kanye is mad. Biden and Europe taking on the Chinese giant dragon. These were like geopolitical news.
What about it, Duke? What about it?
Biden met with the European leaders. Actually happy to see him rather than Trump. They're like, hey, Trump alitupea noma sana. Biden is like, now let's sit down. We need to unite against the Chinese giant dragon. How? How?
Let's
Chinese are making all of the American stuff.
Let's talk a little bit about brains. Hata tuseme tu rap shit. Right? Biden and Trump. Trump was, in my opinion, containing the Chinese. Right? He had the business smarts to run with the Chinese. Right?
Yeah.
He would either counter, block, or curtail the Chinese in most of the deals. Biden needs help. Okay, and the guys is going for, they have their own kind of problems. For example, the Brexit. Why did the Brexit happen? The Germans and the other guys.
If Britain ingeingia Brexit, Germany would have completely eroded the economy.
But that is what it was happening. It was happening because you see the way Britain achieved most of its civilization. It was by exploiting people. Okay, they would build, for example,
Commonwealth.
They would build something and charge you ridiculous amounts for it. They are the merchants, right? So like their steel, when the Germans started making better steel for cheaper than the British, it became a problem, right? So the Brexit is as a result of Germany influencing a lot of the laws, the way Chinese had been influencing the American laws. Okay, so whatever was happening in the US was not current events.
Wait, how by saying China was influencing a lot of the US laws? Maybe could you point out some instances? Maybe
the way the BBI here, the MCAs are being bribed to popularize the thing. Not really to even change the thing for the betterment, educate the people about the law. It's rather popularize. Just go with it
and popularize.
Just go with it. Go with this thing. It's best for us. It's nini. Bro, it was even announced that they've been bribed. They did it in public. They did it in public.
It's great.
Then, live in everybody's faces, the citizens of Kenya naona my MCA is being bribed. Wengine 2 million, wengine 500,000. What the hell, man?
No, and then the BBI goes on and passes, right? So tell me, in terms of influencing the law, have they influenced the law? Yes, no.
Yes, they have.
So they
have imposed.
Now, and then you
imposed.
There's a coup.
Paid for it.
They've conducted a coup.
I wish ingekuwa we are going to give every Kenyan citizen 2 million. Hiyo tungesema yes, pass your BBI.
Pass BBI. Hey bro, wakipeana 2 million will be so.
Give every Kenyan. See, this is their country.
By then there would be an inflation.
We would be in a fix.
Like what the legendary Mansa Musa did when he went for pilgrimage in Mecca. Wow. That guy, he actually devastated the economies of the Arabian and European times by sending too much gold there. Mansa Musa went for pilgrimage in Mecca, devastated the economies with gold.
Was it the Mali king? Was it?
Yes. The richest one in the world. Still
in history.
The richest, yes.
It's interesting.
Pay every Kenyan 2 million.
And I think
that is possible.
Was it Zimbabwe? Mugabe. I don't think he tried to do that kind of thing. But no, wait. I think it was it Idi Amin who tried to do that kind of thing? There's an African leader.
He was giving the wealth back to the people. And they lacked the necessary preparation. Again, you see, sasa, tusiko ubaya. We were at US law being influenced by the Chinese. And I had given you earlier an idea of how the bribery happened. It was so bad that someone in the White House was sleeping with a Chinese spy.
No kidding.
These things are there, bro. So they say during the campaigns, huyu nadi amepatikana na Chinese spy alianza mbabo akahepa before ashikwe. Back to China. It was chaotic. Man. So that is censorship for you, bro. You can't see that stuff on social media.
Did it also have something to do about that Huawei CEO who was arrested in Canada?
It was about the same time. And you see, all those things, So when you tell me Biden is going to see the European leaders for a deal, what deal? Say, this guy, he's now Sleepy Joe. You know when Trump was saying this? Sleepy Joe. Trump would call him names because Trump when it came to logic and business, all those things, that guy was smart, bro.
Yeah,
he
no
was
doubt.
smart, no doubt.
Yeah.
But now the mainstream is going to binga, showing him how crazy he is, just like Kanye. How can you be crazy and making billions, man? Like how many niggas, hata politicians wetu biashara zao zinakuanga za kuibia mtu anauza kuku na kuweka kwa account yake. Hiyo ndio, that's the smarts they have. This nigga can't manage a contract hapa in town.
Yeah. Or manage billions. It takes a smart mind to manage that. Yeah.
These guys, that's why they have to steal every day. Because if you stop stealing, the money goes bust. You gotta steal every day, man. But that's not the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, I think Biden is stranded, and now he's just attending meetings that have been arranged.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know why. There's a time actually he was recorded saying, "I don't even know what I'm signing," and he was signing anyway.
Yeah.
Executive orders.
Oh,
the
man.
first 100 days.
Yeah.
Hey, he was signing so many things. I don't even know what I'm signing. I let him sign. He just kept signing.
Oh, man. And I think, personally, I think being a politician or playing the role of something like a president, I think takes a lot of not just smarts, but a lot of knowledge.
You know,
because
if your country is messing around with you, I just advise getting citizenship in another country. Because Navile, the Kenyan citizen, is being treated like an Untermensch, German for subhuman. Yes, even that's how the Germans were calling the Jews at that time during the fascist era. Untermensch. So Huku is like us, we are Untermensch. We vote for our leaders, the government want to pass something, they give our leaders, they bribe our leaders in plain sight. Nowadays, kuficha, hakuna.
But again, I would ask for the sake of those who maybe cannot afford to get citizenship in another country.
They will be fucked up like the Congolese citizen.
Yeah, apparently in Congo, people have no rights because they're less than human.
Oh,
that is the perception right there.
Yeah.
You see, I wanted to talk about language marriage.
Yeah.
For example, let's just not even beat around the bush. The Constitution says, sovereignty belongs to the people. How many people understand what sovereignty means?
Small percent of the total population.
Yeah. And even the ones that know it think it's a very complicated, complex concept, right?
Yeah.
Sovereignty inamaanisha uamuzi ni wako. If today you feel like going to work, go to work. If you don't feel like going to work, don't go to work. You can decide. You have those kind of options. If you want Sonko to be your governor or not, you actually have. These people should not tell you put Sonko there because he will build for you bridges and whatnot. Okay, he will build. And then they tell you, governance is a complex thing you cannot understand. So what do you mean? Me, I can't understand. You can understand. What? So things should have been simplified. Things should be simplified. Wasa wanafaa kuacha kufikiria things are complicated.
See that time, like even Kenya and Indonesia were of the same economic level in the 60s. Size Indonesia are completely far away.
And so many. I think even Asian countries. Think akina Singapore, kina Malaysia, Taiwan. I think even Thailand. A lot of them were during independence were at the same level as Kenya, but nowadays they're light years ahead of Kenya.
You see, I was at a garage huko Babadogo, and they were closing one of the fish factory thing there, and they said that was one of the two.
Was it a local fish factory?
Yeah.
Parastatal, Lama? It's private.
So to say, something like that. I don't know what it was.
Okay.
But I had, apparently, those were government installations. So that's why I asked, like, wait, fish comes from Lake Victoria, ikuje kuprocessiwa hapa. Like, kuna kubwa iko kufika.
Kisumu has been abandoned that much, man. Like that would have been the hub for fish.
Bana, what does Thika know about fish, bro? Even the locals, that ukiweka for the basic kazi kwa factory ya samaki.
And it could even be an international company that also has shares in that, because that tends to be You remove that government parastatal that helps the people and you make it private with some of your political friends.
So I think that's one of the biases that you see, such that imagine now if it's happening in Kenya where there's a constitution like that and all those things said to be operating law, there's a government in place, people have rights, people are gonna pack a police. Hey, police are a joke. Hey, siko mbaya, but police, but then kuna time you're working with, you just find yourself in the streets. Partnering the police. You're like,
afadhali nipigwe ngeta.
Shit. This guy has a gun. Akikwambia wewe simama. Unasimama. Right?
We've been through that.
It's a terrible experience.
Oh man.
What? Alafu anakudunga na hiyo gun.
Iko wapi mask?
Akwambia iko wapi mask? Kwa hiyo unashinda, this mask is this serious. This guy is about to kill me. Your mask, man. It's crazy.
Air is officially for sale now.
At the air is officially for sale. What do you mean?
So like mask kidogo utaambiwa ukitoa mask unapigwa fine. But it's true. So unajua kanjo
ukishikwa. It's already there.
Ukishikwa bila mask unapigwa fine. Hey, that was so juicy. I was in the kanjo hapo hivyo. And I'm told in the courts, let's speak in first person. So when you're there and kanjo they bring this guy. Ulipatikana umekunywa pombe kupita kiasi. How do you plead? Guilty. Fine. 5,000. Naenda kwa ndani. There were like 10 of them, kidogo. Then I asked myself, wait. I know for a fact. In criminal charges, the charge should be very specific. Okay? You were caught drunk excessively. That's the charge. How do you plead? Guilty. Oh my God. What? Like, how did he know? Umekunywa in excess, number one.
Did they check your blood alcohol level?
Sasa. Even alcohol, right? Unless you're operating a machine. That's why they would come and put alcohol on you. But otherwise, if you're walking home, why should they test you for alcohol? Kwani hii mwili umekunywa ni ya nani? It's your body. The people have sovereignty. Back to you again. You have the sovereignty. Ask the right questions, bana. How did you know? Not guilty. Let them prove. If kama hakufanya test your time, now you walk free. Like
wait, can't so is there a law against drinking excessively?
There's nothing like that. There's absolutely nothing like that.
That was happening in a court of law.
Yeah.
In America, they use the percentage level. That's how they prosecute you.
But
and I think that's for DUIs.
But they also have this policy called open bottle. If you're found with pombe imefunguka, you're fine. You're supposed to be drinking and walking or something like that. So
we'll be right back. We're still going to continue with that story. There's a funny meme poster about the Mars rover that had landed. It has a drone. We might even talk about drones, man. Kuna Safaricom fiber being like a KQ issue, and then Chinese 6G. Ni bado muko 5G. Drill rappers, gangbangers versus positive rappers like Dax. Yes. 12 million Tesla in Kenya. We'll be right back. GKMSP. Wacha tuji upgrade kiasi. We're going in. Welcome back. GKMSP. Yes. Season 3, episode 8. Yes. Yeah, by the way, talking about not being able to help everybody. There was a Mars rover that landed. People are jubilant, excited. It even has a drone that is flying around it. Most of those pictures are now sent much faster. You get them in 20 minutes instead of like 3 months. Yep. But now, kuna mse online, alikuwa na strike. He wrote a nice placard. He wrote there, they are spending 15 billion on Mars, and yet they can't spend any money on the people over here. So me, I was like, bruh, you can't help everybody, because some people do not want to be helped. Like the guy who stole my bike.
Wait, you said that they're sending photos within 20 minutes.
20 minutes, yes.
Wait, so how long does the light from the sun take to reach Mars?
I don't know, so you check, man.
But that's fast. So that sounds like the speed of light.
Yeah, they are the famous jet propulsion crew. They are very famous in US because people know these are the guys who get shit done. And it was not only a rover. There was another machine that dropped the rover and then hoovered out. So these guys are on point. I hear most of the parts came from Europe. It's funny, it never came from China.
So that's interesting.
Chinese can't be trusted. Now, you guys, Duke, you've pointed out that some guy did a placard and he was asking why they spend that much money. Let me ask something else. Of course, if your economy is doing badly, no one needs to spend money. You like free shit for too much. Anyway, now, here in their places on Earth, you fucking can't get network, and they're sending photos from Mars. Why can't we use that technology hapa bana? We stop hustling with this. What do you in technology gani imeenda huko?
The issue now is human nature. Si wanadamu wote wanataka kusaidiwa. Kaza kuna wengine, they'll just take advantage of others, man. So because even if you have governments, they have a budget. NASA has always been given a bigger budget. It's a shame that the military in America gets a much bigger budget. Every year it goes. Saizi imefika 900 billion.
900
Obama's time it was 700 billion.
But you see, again, Jude, let me ask you a question. Why does US need to be at war 100% of the time? There's a book I want you to go find out. It's called 1984 by George Orwell.
Yes.
The ideas that guy was using or was selling out was that the people, the ruling class, needs wars all the time so that they can destroy things to create a need for manufacturing, because there's something they manufacture. If it's only when they're manufacturing that they're making money. So if they're not manufacturing, there's no money being made. That's why you buy useless things, the things that you don't need. That's why they're always spending money on marketing to make you spend money that you don't have. Okay? So that you remain in debt. And that's the only way they can be making money. And if they're making money, they remain under control. So I think if we looked away from the norm, from what it appears, from the way the structures are, you find that here's a bunch of people. You give birth, they take up your son, son and daughter, they convince them they need to go fight a war that they don't know what the beef is anyway. They're just getting instructions.
Kwanza the mistake that was Vietnam.
Wanasema ni mistake.
Akina McNamara.
People did it again with Iraq.
Same old.
They do those things, and then they send people to fight wars. People actually die. So again, do they need to spend all that money on military? And is it a good thing if they're actually spending money like that?
But see, the guys are saying when an empire is declined, they tend to bolster their military a lot, like the Roman Empire.
Interesting.
The same thing, they had military bases all the way into Britain at that time, when Britons, they were still running around barefooted. So it's like when an empire is deteriorating, the military tends to be bolstered to try and stabilize their hold on other foreign areas.
It's interesting. I think my personal opinion is I think if we're looking at, say, NASA and the military, I think more money would be needed towards the kind of work NASA is doing. And why? Because I think there might be a lot of people who don't feel the relevance of space exploration. But I think one of the greatest questions to humanity lies in space exploration.
Yeah, it may be our only way out of here or out there, because you guys, the asteroids that are passing, sneaking around the Earth. And you know the way the Earth, sometimes there have been very, very catastrophic devastations. It's said that 95% of species that have existed have been wiped out.
On Earth.
But Duke, did you know we lose a species a day, I think? On a minimum.
I think it's more than that. Species, I think it's some crazy number.
I went for less figures, but just to be sure.
I
don't have the details on my hand, so that at least with one I'm safe.
So those guys who will get tickets to Mars will be lucky. Maybe not this generation.
I think my thinking is probably one of the biggest questions humanity has been asking all these years, or at least in the recent past, is, are we alone in the universe? And
there are so many hypotheses to that. And you know, human nature is to explore. So when we have explored but even here in Earth, there are places we haven't even explored. Like under the ocean has been less explored than out there.
True.
Rudely.
Yes.
Mari. Hello. Please. You need to get serious, brother. Seriously. You need to get serious. You can't bro.
Say your part.
He has a song. It's called Hello.
Yes.
We have a guy from what's his studio called?
They call it Kral.
He works with the Kral. Creative Connection Kral.
Kral, K-R-A-L.
K-R-A-A-L.
I thought you were saying Kral, that secret society.
Secret society called Kral.
Blood.
Now he's supposed to finalize some things. We need to push that thing to Itoke.
Hello.
But we've never had that conversation for a very long time now. Oh my God.
Let's just say there's so much work that is going into it, but I think in the long run it will be worthwhile.
I know we need to make bread for right now, so people are busy looking for things right now. Save Mandem. Speaking of which, I was in Kitengela last weekend.
Yes.
And imenyesha kumeshikana. There was a lot of traffic. So this guy is come on the window. He knocks my window. I roll the window down. So we start having a conversation. He tells me, itabidi usimame, kuna gari na sukumu uko mbele ingi.
Hizi mamtaa kwenye places are packed, alafu matatu inataka kupita hii road.
So they tell me to go this like ningia ndani, It's already dark. Bro, it's about 7. Now it's very dark. It rains how dark it gets. Cars are packed. And this guy is telling you to drive off the main road.
Na nanyeshewa.
So I try to tell him like, hey, I don't think I can go there. Then akanipiga kofi la. I'm like, what?
When he reached out inside the car,
I the window down. I'm talking to him. He slaps me and tells me, nikwambia gari kano lazima utaweka. Kuna kitu utaniambia hapa. Mimi ndio kusema hapa ingisha gari uko ndani boss. But I thought it was a robbery,
Wait, kwanza, was he a cop?
No, he was in plain clothes.
There
was a cop kando. Even the cop came. I've already had a situation with this. When you're in a crowded place like that, a guy can just pick the car keys and you're stranded. You have to beg him not to give you keys. So kuna venye utaona kifunguo nimeweka chini ya kiti hapo. The cop comes and tries to grab the keys. He finds there are no keys, right? The car is on. Right?
Okay,
So it's like, pitisha gari uko ndani, nikamwambia, if you came and not the other guy, it would make sense, right?
Yes.
The other guy is telling me to cut in here. Jamaa nasikia nikiambia ingesha cop. He runs and And Kube is me another one. I was like, shit, this guy.
Hey,
But
what?
But now sasa kuna kumegadha crowd yake hapo.
Yeah.
Slapping the car, you know, they are they slap the car. Ameingisha gari uko ndani buda, toa traffic hapa.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait, I'm trying to picture to place that guy. Or was he a plain clothes?
no. Niliambiwa.
Was he a guy of matri alikuwa konda wa matri? He had his own matri ama ama ni wao wase wenye wanachukuanga do kwa matri kwa stage.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm not listening to this guy anymore. And this guy keeps provoking me. I think he's up to something.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Nice.
That's
crazy. You know the crazy part is that is happening in front of a cop.
Yeah,
because now
which means they're in cahoots.
That sounds crazy because I don't think I would assume a cop would not watch a crime happening in front of them.
Yeah, but that was some trippy stuff. So when I rolled the window up, some guy comes with a stone and throws the stone to the car, trying to break the window.
Yes. What?
Ikagonga tu frame. That's the reason why it didn't break.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, kumbe it can get this bad.
And it's raining, man.
What?
Hey.
Guys are hungry.
Yo.
Terribly hungry. I wasn't sure what to make of it.
Yeah.
Because if I was stupid and got out at sunny war.
Now, Kwanzaa, you said there was like a crowd gathering,
Yes.
So
it's passy.
Yeah.
Let's say that because
most likely there would have been some like mob violence or something.
Yeah.
You're lucky, man. You're lucky.
Hey, man, that's crazy.
Remember, I've been advocating for guys like those because I know what the problem is. I know for sure what the problem is. The problem is the propaganda that tunapiga wase nayo mse. It's making people stupid.
Desperate. Dangerous.
Very.
They're probably even high.
Because now you see, for example, these guys are struggling with poverty, societal issues, hana do, hana elimu, propaganda yanapigwa nao kwa social media na TV. It's just to keep you excited all the time. And the only time you are calm is when you're sleeping. And we all know that when the subconscious has been excited there throughout, it starts. Hata sasa mwili yenyewe inaenda to overdrive. Ukiwa umelala just to counter the things you've been fucking it up with during the day. Then the next day is again busy. So people don't have like time to even look. Wamekuwa nasema bibia watu wamelipwa hadharani. Bro, they came to the social media, national television, and announced that they can provide facilitation for the MCAs to popularize BBI. Bro, if you are a leader of people,
popularize,
popularize language again. Now ukisikia popularize, what do you imagine? What does your mind tell you?
A fee. A nice bag of cash.
And some excitement there.
And you're the leader, you're supposed to help these people. It doesn't happen overnight. The things the MCAs are doing right now will come into effect when probably is at home. It's in the future. And that's where unapata sijui barabara imeharibika.
Those very roads that are in bad conditions. They could have been 2 double carriageways with lanes for pedestrians and bikes. So mona this road hapa ya Ngong. Mona hii road ya Ngong, it has lanes for everything. For bikes, for pedestrians. It even has 2 double ones for going
Ngong Road.
Very nice drainage system built by the Japanese.
That was Japanese, not the Chinese.
That's Japanese, that one.
Interesting.
You see, again, Juke, when you say something like that, that's what you have got. But remember, someone has to win a tender to do that because that's a government
structure,
government project, right? So there's always tenders being given.
Actually, ilikuwa a deal for talks. Unajua Japan and Kenya can work on a project. I think it was even a better one than the tender thing because the tender, it's local guys who like grabbing stuff. They build a funny company.
No, that road was built by open tender. So that's now imagine they normally win those things through scrupulous ways. But the job was done, right? So the Chinese won them, like the one in Thika Highway, and you can hear it needs major repairs.
Imagine.
And when they were doing it, people were laughing like, "Munaita wa Chinese wajenge barabara. What do you expect?" It was a joke then.
Yeah.
But now it's becoming a reality.
Yeah.
What sense does it make when you have a 6-lane road that you can't use?
Yeah.
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 So again, it goes back to how people are governed or are led. How people are led. So watu wanadanganya vitu kama chips, kupewa chips na kuambiwa by the way usipe hii kitu nikupetie chips. Imagine now someone asking you to trade your car for chips.
Yeah.
That's what is happening here.
Yeah. And okay, my thinking is the way I think the direction Kenya is taking, and again I say this with a lot of, should I say, empathy for Kenya. A lot of things have become so criminalized or are run in such a criminal manner. You could call the country a criminal country or a criminal state. And I think the worst part of it is not what we are seeing right now. It's what to expect in the future, because we are raising kids, we are raising a generation that probably will experience a regime or regimes where the only way to get things done is with a criminal, criminal state of mind. Yeah. And I think that's a dangerous world to live in.
Criminals who have impunity.
Like I was watching, at one point I was watching Gotham, like Batman,
the
Gotham.
Series.
Yeah, the series. And I remember thinking at one point, why does this look so familiar? Then I realized, hey man, this looks a lot like Kenya and Nairobi. Like all the stories are so, if you're talking about not having any corrupt or any legit cops, like, in Kenya right now you struggle to find cops who are legit.
Yeah.
Who run things smooth, like politicians, all round. And again, I'm not pointing any fingers, but the outcome of, at least from the Gotham series, is there was criminals who came up who had crazy ambitions and crazy ways of thinking, because all they had known is a corrupt society.
The Joker.
Yeah.
The Riddler.
Yeah, like if you're a fan of those.
Catwoman.
And if you look at the kind of things they do and the kind of even conditions they talk about people experiencing in that kind of environment, it's crazy. And I really hope that is only a story that is being told and not a possible reality.
Highly unlikely.
Now. Boys, calm down. That stuff will happen. The good news is that it's not in your lifetime. But it's happening.
Yeah. Now,
if the projectile we are in continues, it will happen.
And this is again my opinion. My thinking is, in the situation we're in right now, those things are not as far off as we think, because a lot of the things we're seeing here, for example, you've pointed out a scenario where a crime is happening and you cannot tell who is good, who is bad, because the person supposed to protect you is the one watching it all happen.
In fact, he wanted to take the car keys away, remember?
Wanted to encourage it.
Let those niggas whoop your ass.
Yeah, so
that would have been some serious ass whooping.
So, for example, if say we are trying to get, say you take it forward to court or you try to report it, the people who are supposed to protect you or defend the law are working against it.
It's like that Facebook post. There was Mgondi in Ruaka. He stole somebody's phone and then took a selfie with it, put it online. So here there's a page called Nakuru Leo. they posted that picture and they said, hey, this guy is fool. This guy is a fool. We're going to find him. If anybody knows any information about this guy, let us know. Mi nikaangalia nikacheka. I commented. I wrote, you guys, there was a BBC documentary where stolen babies were actually being shown, their accomplice, and the cops were involved. Up to now, they have not been found. Sasa wewe na simu yako.
That's crazy.
These
not
guys
even,
are showing off.
Not even
they are not
babies.
Yeah.
Like, so, and of course, if you're to classify what's more important babies and phones,
that would have been their duty. Si Kenya police inasema utumishi kwa wote.
Yeah.
Duty to the citizens, but
there's something you should know, Juke.
Yeah,
something's called double speak. When you use a word, but in the context, it does not mean the same thing.
The problem, there have never been any Kenyan reforms because they are colonial. Very colonial.
Bro, you know, think of it. If you steal millions, you have never heard of a conviction for anyone who has stolen public funds. Okay, let's say it's not public funds.
Yeah.
You have never heard of a conviction where someone has stolen such amounts of money. But they steal them every day.
Yeah.
And no one has been convicted. Leave alone.
Yeah.
Even the newspapers don't publicize it. Yeah. As much as they would publicize Eric Omondi's fight with Khaligraph.
Yeah.
You know, Kim Kardashian breaking up with Kanye West. These are things you get every day. You know, you can keep up with it on a daily basis. Go kusoma stories za Kanye.
Yeah.
Kesha atakuwa kwa newspaper. No newspaper. But you will not know how to do agriculture properly. You don't know how to keep books. You will not know how to run a family. You don't know how to save money, even though the saving concept is a fraud still. But at least they can tell you how to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, because again, I say fraud because, for example, if you look at the banking system, Mari, you're in a better place to speak about the figures. But I can say this confidently.
Yeah.
The moment you charge your real asset to the bank, you have put yourself on a real clock.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Again, remember, sovereignty belongs to the people. What does the bank give you?
Yeah.
So that you can give it the real asset. Digits on your phone, right?
Yeah.
No actual money. They don't like drive a pickup and put the money outside your door.
You know,
no.
By then, just to maybe support your analogy, I think that's how the whole concept of colonization worked, right?
Probably. But they never teach it like that.
Yeah, but if you look at it historically speaking, what they were coming to do is coming to take the land and the assets and convince the people that in order for them to trade, they would need the value for which is the money to own which they already owned.
Yeah. No, actually right now they don't own. You know, most of the land in Kenya is owned by the state, by the government. You know, like when you have a 9-year lease. Yeah. So when the lease expires, it goes back to the government. Whose government is it? It's not the people.
Now see, don't you have issues? We have issues of government land that have been given out by some government official only until they find out sometime later. You know, we have guys putting illegal houses in there, in those lands that were actually for the government, but some official had already sold it.
Yeah.
So you see,
crazy
it's
land
the same
fraud,
thing.
yeah.
There is a politician who sold a Kenyan embassy in a foreign country.
What?
And came back here.
No kidding. What?
He's still relevant in the government.
Was it the Indian? Was it?
What?
No. He's some guy. People think he's stupid.
Was it in
Because
Japan?
that's the kind of branding he's done for himself. You know, like this one's unasikianga sijui Japan bibi, you know. and then that's
Was it at the Japanese consulate?
Yeah.
We all know who that guy is.
If you listed at some point, you know.
Not mentioning names.
We are not mentioning names. I've not mentioned any names.
So disappear.
Imagine.
Something
like that happens,
Yeah.
And nobody else is talking about it. This is normal, you know. Kila mtu anaficha like, umesikia nani anauza nini? Na ule nani. nothing's happening. You know, like the people were supposed to arrest him and take him to court and do funny things. No, take him through the process. But ukiiba kuku, my friend.
6 years.
It will not be funny games.
This is a very interesting conversation, but we're running out of time, guys. Any last words, man?
What was Kshs podcast? What was Kshs soundbite? What was Kshs conversations? And we should all have honest conversation in all that we do. I don't know, Mari.
Last words. I think humanity has a lot of promise. There is a lot of good, a lot of bad. But I think focusing on whatever we choose to focus on is what will determine the drive for humanity. Yeah.
Well, there you have it. And also, I could want to say, like, if we're spreading positivity in music, let us spread it. It's still possible even now. As much, a lot of drill rappers are gangbangers and rappers. Okay? But now there are positive guys like Dax. Dax is a YouTube rapper. He's not a gangbanger. He's a college basketballer. And he does hip-hop. And he spreads positive music. So, you have a choice to make, man. Because, homeboy, there's a guy called Honeycomb Brazy, a 15-year-old kid. He had beef. There's a bad thing where somebody goes to some other guy's hoods and then trying to abuse their set. His grandparents were burnt in their own house last week.
Man. What?
Yeah, it's called clout chasing. Crazy. It's a very dangerous thing. Unaenda kwa your enemies, gangs, neighborhood, and then you start making fun of them on social media. I'm in your hood, nigga. You can't do shit about it. What happened?
Crazy.
They had nothing to do with it. So there you have it. GKMSP. Bruh. Kazi kakwisha.